Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty beef has escalated to a point of no return.
When Pooh Shiesty finally walked out of federal custody, everyone thought the play was obvious. Him and Gucci Mane were about to pick up right where they left off and run the game back. But what happened next shocked the entire internet. Out of nowhere, Shiesty shared a chilling video involving Gucci Mane. His robbery accusations and an alleged kidnapping plot began circulating, sounding like something straight out of a hood movie. The street started talking fast, and this story turned absolutely insane. Let's rewind. When Pooh Shiesty touched down in October 2025, the rap world was on high alert, no cap. This was the Memphis standout who dominated the charts with his platinum hit Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk, peaking at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 and becoming an anthem in the streets. His debut project Shiesty Season debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200, proving he wasn't just hype, he could really move units. Standing firmly behind that meteoric rise was Gucci Mane. The Atlanta trap legend himself. Gucci had signed Pooh Shiesty to his 1017 Records imprint back in 2020, putting his own reputation on the line because he believed in Shiesty's raw talent and authentic street energy. Their partnership wasn't just business, it felt like a torch passed from one generation of trap to the next. Gucci saw his younger self in Shiesty. Their first collaboration dropped in June 2020, complete with a visual that introduced Shiesty to Gucci's massive fanbase and officially cemented him as next up. But what unfolded after Shiesty's release would expose cracks in that once solid bond and lead to allegations so wild they barely sound real. They doubled back later that same year with Who Is Him, another visual that made it clear the chemistry between the OG and the young star was 100% real. By October 2020, Shiesty had officially earned his stripes, appearing on the 1017 Posse Cut, 1017 Loaded, alongside Gucci Mane and label mates like Fujiano, Big Scar, and Enchanting. The momentum rolled straight into 2021 with the release of Ugly, a high-energy trap anthem that proved their creative link was pure pressure. When Shiesty Season exploded on the charts, Gucci made a move that had the whole culture talking. For Shiesty's birthday, he gifted him a slime green Jeep Trackhawk, an over-the-top gesture that went viral instantly and made their relationship look deeper than just business. Big bro energy. But while the winds were stacking publicly, trouble was already brewing behind the scenes in ways nobody saw coming. On October 9th, 2020, the same year, he signed with 1017 Records. Pooh Shiesty pulled up to the Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Islands, Florida, driving a rented lime green McLaren. According to authorities, the meetup was supposed to be a transaction involving marijuana, lean, and designer sneakers. What happened next changed everything. Federal prosecutors alleged that after inspecting the items, Shiesty pulled out a Draco and opened fire, hitting one of the sellers before speeding off. During the escape, a Louis Vuitton bag containing over $40,000 in cash reportedly fell out of the car. Investigators later tied the money directly to Shiesty by matching the serial number of a $100 bill to one he had previously shown on Instagram days earlier. Then came another incident over Memorial Day weekend in 2021 at the King of Diamonds strip club in northwest Miami-Dade County. Things turned tense after money allegedly fell from Shiesty's pocket. As security escorted him out, authorities claim he fired a shot toward the floor, striking security guard in the ankle. By January 4th, 2022, Pooh Shiesty accepted a federal plea deal for conspiracy to possess firearms in furtherance of crimes of violence and drug trafficking. That April, he was sentenced to 63 months in federal prison. The plea deal wiped out 3 additional federal charges and led to the state strip club case being dismissed entirely, and through it all, Gucci Mane never folded. During Shiesty's sentencing, Gucci reportedly spoke on his behalf, standing 10 toes down for his artist and showing loyalty even as Shiesty faced the consequences of his actions.
Whole of the day.
Yeah.
Shiesty, he home. He still on the label.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Shiesty, I got big plans for Shiesty, man.
Yeah.
That's who I've been waiting on, Shiesty.
Yeah.
So we finna go up through there now. And Pooh finna come out too, and I got big plans for him too. I got to just execute these
Everything
plans.
right on time.
Bro, it's very exciting times now.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on them, I can't lie.
Gucci's words painted the picture of a boss who had been counting down the days until his star player could get back in the game and pick up right where they left off. When Pooh Shiesty finally touched down on October 7th, 2025, after serving nearly 3 years with time served and good behavior, the moment felt major. Gucci wasted no time jumping on Instagram, posting with pure excitement as he welcomed him home and crowned him the main slime, making it clear the reunion was supposed to mark a new chapter, not the beginning of chaos.
The way Gucci came home and that motivated me too, because I took notes from there, how he switched it up, how he toned up, got fit, got his mind healthy, took notes in there every way, so that motivated me to move how I'm moving toward today too. So he showed that it can be done. All you gotta do is want it. You got sobered up, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of the similar traits because I realized that he woke up when he was in there, you know what I'm saying? He really woke up.
From the outside, everything looked like it was lining up perfectly. No funny business. The OG had held it down while his young protege did his time, and now it seemed like they were ready to shake the game up all over again. But hip-hop was about to learn a hard lesson. Appearances can be deceiving, and the seeds of destruction had been planted long before Shiesty ever walked out of that federal facility. To really understand how deep the tension between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty would grow, you first have to look at the tragedy that shook the entire 1017 Records family. While Shiesty was locked up, Big Scar-born Alexander Woods was more than just another artist on Gucci's roster. He was Shiesty's blood cousin. That wasn't just label business. That was family. The Memphis rapper had been carving out his own lane, standing out on tracks like So Icy Boys and proving his value through raw talent and relentless hustle. Then, on December 22nd, 2022, everything changed. Big Scar passed away at just 22 years old from an accidental overdose on prescription pain medication, while at his girlfriend's home in Memphis. The meds had been prescribed after a 2020 shooting, when a bullet traveled up his spine and required surgery that included the removal of his appendix. The loss hit hard. Gucci Mane took to Instagram to mourn him publicly, calling Scar his secret weapon, as tributes poured in from across the industry. But for Pooh Shiesty, the pain cut even deeper. Locked away in federal custody, unable to attend the funeral or properly grieve his cousin, he had to process that loss alone behind bars. And that kind of pain doesn't just fade. It festers.
Big Scar passing away, I could agree with me being in there and having some alone time to think. I could really agree with it, but to this day, I still ain't really got over that, you know what I'm saying? So it's my little cousin, I was there, every step of the way until, unfortunately, I wasn't there no more, So me coming home to that, being in there when you hear a death and, you get the bad news, it don't feel real. Especially without you being able to go to a funeral or see him right there. So it's just it's like a whole different world in there, so it ain't feel real. But me getting out here not being able to see him or call him or him to tell me welcome home, still messing with me up for real, so I ain't really got over it yet.
That loss alone would have been enough to strain any relationship. But what happened next became the final straw. In the aftermath of Big Scar's passing, a very public dispute erupted over funeral expenses. Members of Scar's family claimed that Gucci Mane had initially promised to cover the full cost reportedly around $60,000, but only contributed $10,000, with Atlantic Records matching that amount. That left roughly $40,000 still unpaid, forcing the family to use Scar's life insurance to cover the rest. The situation sparked outrage, and emotions ran hot, turning grief into resentment and pushing an already fragile situation toward open conflict.
Just passed away, ho. He deserved way more than what Gucci put in. He was talking about some flowers and $10K. He ain't paid for no funeral. He put towards the funeral, but he ain't paid for it. He said that he was gonna pay for the funeral, and he ain't do that. But it was gonna get paid for regardless. He want all 4 chains back. He ain't getting no girl, fuck them receipts. Don't nobody give a fuck about them receipts showing no 20K. I'm telling y'all what the fuck I think. It's on a receipt for 10K that we get. What the fuck? She just trying to clear up her husband's name, and he ain't trying to come to us and talk to us as a man.
The accusations hit different. Not only was Gucci Mane accused of falling short on his promise to cover Big Scar's funeral expenses, but the family also claimed he asked for Scar's 1,017 chains to be returned. For relatives already drowning in grief and with Pooh Shiesty locked away in federal custody, unable to step in that move felt like a straight betrayal. Gucci's wife, Keisha Cole, stepped in to defend him, posting receipts that showed a $20,000 total contribution from Gucci and the label in an effort to clear his name. Later, Big Scar's father addressed the situation on Instagram, backing Gucci and calling the whole situation a misunderstanding that started with Scar's mother. But by then, the damage was already done both in the court of public opinion and, more importantly, in Pooh Shiesty's mind, and the tension between Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty didn't exist in isolation. It was tangled up in a much older rivalry that had been simmering for years. The long-standing friction between Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti dated all the way back to 2012, when both artists planned to drop projects on October 17, a date closely tied to Gucci's 1017 brand. What could have been friendly competition between two Southern heavyweights quickly turned personal, setting the stage for a beef that would echo for more than a decade.
I was upset that you put your mixtape out the same day as his.
Yeah, I mean, but he ain't say my name. He just like, why would a rapper do it?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, shit, when nobody shit coming out but mine on the same day. So, you know.
I thought you asked me for a chick. I thought you were smashing his chick or something.
Yeah, you guys had some issues over Keisha Dior.
Gotti starts laughing and smiling.
I'll take you from where it started. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, let me get to that.
The situation got even more explosive when rumors began circulating that Yo Gotti had been involved with Keisha Cole around the same time Gucci Mane entered a relationship with her. That revelation added a deeply personal edge to a rivalry that had already gone far beyond music or business. According to multiple insiders, Gucci's aggressive push into Memphis signing and spotlighting artists like Pooh Shiesty wasn't just about talent or market expansion. Many saw it as a calculated power move, a form of quiet retaliation aimed directly at Yo Gotti, turning label decisions into another battlefield in a long-running feud.
So you don't think there were war tactics?
What?
What Gucci was doing, locking down Atlanta, signing everybody in Atlanta when he got into it with Jeezy, locking that city down, got into it with Gotti, signed the whole Memphis. Now they can't mess with him. Now all the
who did he sign from Memphis? He signed Pooh Shiesty.
He signed like 9 artists from Memphis. Everybody he dropped was Memphis artist.
In October 2024, Gucci Mane announced he was dropping nearly every artist on 1017 records except Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano, saying he had reviewed his profit and loss statements. The move shocked the industry, especially since several Memphis artists were released at once, with many viewing it as Gucci quietly dismantling the strategy he'd built in his long-standing feud with Yo Gotti.
I wanted to make this announcement on 10/17 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shake-up and it's a whole shit show in the industry right now. But when I look at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists except for Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I could keep all of them under the contract.
The artists who got dropped included Matt Critter and Kato 2X from Memphis, Bread Nan from Chattanooga, FTO Set from Memphis, Hot Boy West from Texas, and Big Walk Dog from Mississippi. A large portion of them were Memphis artists the same city Gucci were believed to be targeting to challenge Yo Gotti's grip on his own backyard. And now, with Pooh Shiesty fresh out of federal custody, all these storylines were headed for collision no one could ignore that in the days following Shiesty's release. Fans started noticing subtle but telling shift in the public dynamic between him and Gucci Mane. First, Gucci's welcome home Instagram post quietly disappeared without explanation. Then came Shiesty's highly anticipated single FDO, which debuted at number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, proving his star power was still intact after years behind bars. But what really sparked conversation wasn't just a chart placement, it was a message. In the song, Shiesty gave a clear nod to Yo Gotti while never mentioning Gucci Mane at all. One bar referenced Gotti directly, and the omission of Gucci spoke louder than any shout-out ever could. Almost instantly, the streets started buzzing, questioning where Shiesty's loyalty truly stood as a fallout began to unfold.